From Supreme Court's decision on Ranveer Alabadia's show to a major shake-up in BSP and the political storm over Rohit Sharma's fitness, let's get you all the big stories of the day in this news wrap. Hi, I'm Khyati Rajvanshi and you're watching The Indian Express. Let's get started. In the big news of the day, the Supreme Court on Monday modified its February 18 order that barred YouTuber Ranveer Alabadia from airing shows. He is now allowed to resume his show if he gives an undertaking to maintain decency and morality. Earlier, the court had granted him protection from arrest while hearing his plea to merge all FIRs filed against him over comments made on his YouTube show, India's Got Latent. Here are full details on this news.
The controversy surrounding India's Got Latent reached the Supreme Court today, with YouTuber and podcaster Ranveer Alabadia seeking permission to continue airing his shows. Alabadia told the court that his shows are his only source of livelihood, supporting 280 employees. The Supreme Court has permitted Alabadia to resume the Ranveer show, subject to him furnishing an undertaking that his podcast shows will maintain the desired standards of morality and decency so that viewers of any age group can watch. The top court said he is being permitted to resume the show as the livelihood of 280 employees depends on the telecast of his show. The Supreme Court is hearing pleas to club multiple FIRs against Alabadia, comedian Samir Raina and others associated with the show. While Alabadia has been granted interim protection from arrest, the court has imposed key restrictions. Number 1, he must surrender his passport at the Thane police station. Number 2, he cannot leave India without prior approval. And number 3, he cannot conduct any direct or indirect shows related to the case. The controversy began when Ranveer Alabadia, who was a guest judge on India's Got Latent, made remarks about parents that sparked public outrage. This led to multiple FIRs being registered in different states. During today's hearing, Solicitor General Tushar Mehta, representing the central government, said he watched the show out of curiosity and remarked, quote-unquote, "It is not vulgar, but it is perverse. Humor is one thing, vulgarity is one thing, and perversity is another level." The Supreme Court also took note of the views of the Attorney General and Solicitor General, who suggested that there may be a need for some regulatory measures to prevent the airing of content that does not align with society's known moral standards. However, the court was also clear it will not impinge upon the fundamental right to free speech and expression. To strike this balance, the court has asked the Solicitor General to deliberate on possible measures that can regulate content while staying within the constitutional framework of Article 19(4). Any draft regulations in this regard may be put in the public domain for feedback from stakeholders before any legal or judicial action is taken. Alabadia also requested permission to travel abroad for professional engagements. However, the Supreme Court has ruled that this request will only be considered after he joins the investigation and is no longer required for the probe. Additionally, the Assam investigating officer has been asked to fix a date and time for Alabadia to join the probe. The Supreme Court has also reaffirmed that the interim protection from arrest granted to Alabadia shall continue. However, it made one thing clear: no direct or indirect shows that have a bearing on the merits of this case can be conducted.
In a major move in UP politics, BSP chief Mayawati expelled her nephew Akash Anand from the party on Monday, citing anti-party activities. This came a day after he was removed from all key party posts. Announcing the decision on X, Mayawati said Anand was expelled in the interest of the party and the movement. On Sunday, she appointed his father, Anand Kumar, and Rajya Sabha MP Ramji Gautam as national coordinators. Mayawati also stated that she would not name a successor during her lifetime.
देखिए, इतना ही मैं कहना चाहूँगा कि जिस दल को मान्यवर काशीराम जी ने इतनी मेहनत परिश्रम से खड़ा किया था, दिन रात मेहनत किया, सारी चीज़ों को त्याग करके मान्यवर काशीराम जी ने खड़ा किया था, आज वो निश्चित तौर से बसपा का जो इतना बड़ा स्ट्रक्चर है वो कहीं ना कहीं आज ढहता नज़र आ रहा है, क्योंकि बसपा अब केवल अपने परिवार के झगड़ों में उलझ कर रह गई है और आम जनता की लड़ाई, अब दलित समाज की लड़ाई आप देख सकते हैं अत्याचार अन्याय चारों तरफ इस सरकार में दलितों के ऊपर हो रहा है, पर सरकार के खिलाफ कहीं भी मोर्चा लेकर नहीं खड़ी है। मुझे लगता है कि परिवार के आपसी झगड़े में पूरी पार्टी फंस गई। कहूँगा कि बसपा का जो आधार था, मूल कार्यकर्ता कैडर, वो धीरे धीरे टूटता जा रहा है और परिवार के आपसी जो विवाद है उसमें पूरी पार्टी उलझ कर रह गई।
The Haryana police have arrested the prime accused from Delhi in connection with the murder of Congress worker Himani Narwal. According to the police, the accused allegedly used a mobile charger to kill her. He then stole her jewelry, phone, and laptop before disposing of her body in a suitcase near the Sampla bus stand. Here's what police said on the matter.
मार्च को पुलिस सुबह सांपला के आसपास गश्त पे थी तो उन्हें एक काले रंग का बैग मिला और जब उसको खोल के देखा तो उसमें एक लेडी की डेड बॉडी मिली जिसपे कोई निशान वगैरह नहीं था, जो कि एक ब्लाइंड मर्डर केस था जिसकी उस समय तक ये शनाख्त भी नहीं हो पाई कि ये बॉडी है किसकी। और रोहतक पुलिस ने तुरंत जब ये सूचना मिली तो 8 टीमें बनाई, SIT वगैरह और दूसरी, ताकि इसका जल्द से जल्द ये पता लगाया जा सके कि ये एक महिला है कौन, क्योंकि एक ब्लाइंड मर्डर केस था तो सबसे पहले आइडेंटिफाई करना उसको बहुत जरूरी। इसके अंदर जो एक्यूज्ड है वो गिरफ्तार कर लिया गया, जो कि 1.5 साल पहले से इंस्टाग्राम, सोशल मीडिया आना जाना उसका इनके घर पे था। लड़की अकेली विजयनगर में रहती थी और 27 फरवरी को ये लड़का उनके घर पे आया और इनकी आपस में कहा सुनी होगी और इसने ये जो मोबाइल चार्जर की केबल है उससे गला घोंट के और उसको वहीं मार दिया। उसके बाद जो इसके जेवर थे, लैपटॉप था या जो दूसरा सामान कीमती था, उसको ले जाके अपना जो उसकी शॉप थी, दुकान या अपना झज्जर के अंदर, वहां छुपाया और इसी की स्कूटी लेके वो वहां गया और वापस आया और रात को फिर इसने इसको लड़की को काले बैग में पैक करके, और क्योंकि रजाई वगैरह पे भी खून के धब्बे वगैरह पड़ गए थे तो उन सब को साथ पैक करके और ये रात को 3 व्हीलर लेके बस में सांपला बस स्टैंड के पास गया, ये दिखाने के लिए कि मुझे कहीं जाना है। तो फिर वहां जब 3 व्हीलर चला गया तो इसने वो बैग वहां पर फेंक दिया ताकि आइडेंटिफाई ना हो डेड बॉडी।
A new political controversy erupted over Indian cricket captain Rohit Sharma's fitness after Congress leader Shama Mohammed called him fat for a sportsperson and the most unimpressive captain in India's history. Amid massive backlash, the Congress party quickly stepped in, urging her to delete the post, which was later removed. Here are full details on this.
A fresh political controversy erupted over the fitness of Indian cricket captain Rohit Sharma after Congress leader Shama Mohammed called him fat for a sportsperson and the most unimpressive captain in India's history. Following a massive backlash, the Congress party swiftly intervened, asking her to delete the social media post, which was later taken down. In her now deleted X post, Mohammed criticized Sharma during Sunday's India vs New Zealand Champions Trophy match. She wrote, and I quote, "Rohit Sharma is fat for a sportsperson, needs to lose weight, and of course the most unimpressive captain India has ever had."
It was just a generic tweet about a fitness of a sports person. It is not body shaming. It's about the fitness of a sports person. I always believe a sports person has to be fit. So I felt he's a bit overweight and I just tweeted on that. And I've been attacked for no reason, you know. And when I compared him to the other captains, previous captains like Dhoni, or for that matter, Ganguly, Dravid, Tendulkar, Kapil Dev. So I put in and Virat. I put in a statement because I found him, I have the right, it's a democracy. What is wrong in saying it? Let's not forget how Virat Kohli was attacked when he supported his teammate Shami, Mohammad Shami, when they lost against Pakistan and most of these butts over here started, attacking Mohammad Shami, and Virat, being a captain, a good captain, stood by his teammate. Virat Kohli, whenever there is a youngster who catches a ball in a match, he goes and hugs him. He leads from the front. He scores runs. You know, he's a captain of the team. And also, let's understand, he always compliments the other person. When there is a opponent who does well, Virat Kohli compliments them, you know. So that is what you have to understand. So I just spoke in a generic manner. And I fail to understand, in democracy, we don't have the right to speak in such a manner.
The remarks sparked outrage, with BJP national spokesperson Pradeep Bhandari slamming the Congress. He said, shame on Congress, and now they are going after the Indian cricket captain. Do they expect Rahul Gandhi to play cricket after failing in Indian politics?
देखिए, ये दर्शाता है कि कांग्रेस पार्टी की सोच एक इमरजेंसी वाली सोच है और कांग्रेस पार्टी को हर उस बात से चिढ़ महसूस होती है जब भी देश अच्छा करता है तो कांग्रेस पार्टी को चिढ़ महसूस होती है। कांग्रेस पार्टी को इस बात से चिढ़ मची हुई है कि रोहित शर्मा, इंडियन वर्ल्ड कप विनिंग क्रिकेट कैप्टन, देश की सेवा कर रहे हैं और देश के लिए अच्छा कर रहे हैं। इससे ये मैसेज कांग्रेस पार्टी देना चाहती है कि अगर आप देश के लिए अच्छा करोगे तो कांग्रेस पार्टी को इससे चिढ़ महसूस होगी, और अगर आप देश के खिलाफ बोलोगे तो कांग्रेस पार्टी आपका महिमा मंडन करेगी। द कांग्रेस पार्टी डज इट एक्सपेक्ट कि अब राहुल गांधी, जो 80 से ज्यादा चुनाव हार चुके हैं, क्या वो एक एक्सपर्ट क्रिकेट कमेंटेटर बनना चाहते हैं?
The Congress distanced itself from Mohammed's comments and clarified that her views did not reflect the party's stance. Pawan Kheda, who's the chairman of the party's publicity department, posted on social media platform X, and I quote, Dr. Shama Mohammed's remarks about a cricketing legend do not reflect the party's position. She has been asked to delete the post and advised to exercise greater caution in the future. Meanwhile, BCCI Secretary Devajit Saikia, speaking to IANS from Dubai, praised the Indian team's performance. He said, and I quote, "We can't be complacent. There are big matches ahead. The entire team is performing well. Rohit is scoring, Virat smashed a brilliant ton, and Hardik Pandya bowled impressively. We are proud of the team and the incredible support from the fans."
That's all for today, but leaving you with the visuals of Prime Minister Narendra Modi's visit to Gir National Park in Gujarat on World Wildlife Day.